Firstly, as a team manager, the first thing you need to take care is the player schedule. Management things like salary, their personal problems, what their needs are, mostly of their daily needs, such as food, sleeping, and then PC problems, technical issues, all of the management side, minus the pay. But when conflict happens, usually we talk with the captain first and get to know what's the real problem between the players, what the cause of the conflict. And then if the captain cannot settle it between the players, then for sure the management need to interfere and then talk heart to heart with the players and find out the best solution for the team. So usually we only interfere if the player cannot settle the conflict themselves. Esports team is much more like a sport team. Each player have their own problems, their own attitudes, and especially when the team start losing, so the blaming start and everything. So for Mineski X, we started this team from January, so it's only about 4 months, and then you can see a lot of player change from our first generation to current player, and there's a lot of problems. Not actually about the conflicts, it's just about the players and what they want to do, who they want to play with. So changes always happen in the sport team. That's the normal course. So, there's a lot of problem happening that many people don't know. Generally, I'm doing handling the isukan, and then other than that, I'm doing events. So any events, big events, small events that need my expertise, I join the tournaments. So and then other than that, I'm like a center of complaint. When people have a lot of complaints here and there, a lot of drama here and there, then people start to come to me and tell. Most of the players, if they have problem, for sure they want this normal as a manager. But other thing that I do for outside, so a lot of outside issues that have nothing to do with me, but they still come and ask me for advice. As a manager, you need to provide the players the best session they need before they play. So if the player manage themselves, usually they are kids. So you know how kids manage themselves. Always they need someone to be their father, something like that. Okay. And of course, if they have a problem before, during the game, after the game, then manager or coach role really important, especially to make their focus on the game. So especially when they're losing, how to handle the moral and motivation is very important. The player some player can motivate themselves, but some players maybe they need someone else to motivate them. During the game, usually we cannot interfere because most of the players they playing, most coach or manager, we cannot interfere them during the game. So after the game, we just give them a good speech and then tell them not to give up, give some ideas and tell them what the problem. It's better if manager or coach telling the problem instead of the player telling the others. So that's why the blaming start. You play bad, you draft wrong. So let the third party people come and tell them what's going on. You guys should do this, you guys shouldn't do this. So it's better like that instead of usually when players handling themselves, there's a lot of conflict that they cannot settle. in between games, and especially the new players lah. But for experienced players, really they can handle it unless they get too emotional, especially when they're fighting their rival. So because they really want to win, but something they make mistakes and then their motivation go back low. Usually when the players want to leave the team, so for first thing we do is we talk with them. So we want to know the reason. So of course we won't ask them or force them to stay because it won't work. So we just want to know what the reason. Is it our fault, or is he have another agenda, or he want to do something else, want to play with his friend, or have a better salary offer or something like that. So usually we just need to know why, and then we wish them good luck. So then our task is to find the new players for the team, because we cannot get too emotional when the player leave. Otherwise, every month you need to be emotional. Especially when Valve include the roster lock. So everything needs to be finalized before the roster lock. Finding a player is easy. Finding a suitable player is hard. So it's always a challenge when the player leaves. For Mineski X, the hardest challenge is we have a good team. For our first when we form. Okay, the hardest challenge is when our mid player get cold. He received the ban one day before the qualifier. So it's very hard for us because we have a lot of strategy that we haven't used yet, that we prepared for the main qualifier, so we cannot use it already. So it actually give a lot of our model went down because of that. So and then we have like less than 24 hours to find a mid player. So we keep discuss who to bring, keep asking people, and then suddenly Vaisera pop up in my mind because they didn't play. We contact Vaisera and then bring him to Malaysia. Like 6 p.m. we contact him. 8 p.m. he went to the airport and fly to Malaysia.
Wow.
So that's I think that's the worst condition that we have. And then during qualifier we actually are doing quite well. Just the last game with MVP we kind of lose of their friends. Before this maybe a bit different because esports team is just like not very professional. But nowadays the esports team just like a sport team. You really need to take care a lot of things. The player moral, player issues, sponsor issues, fan issues, and then financial issues also. So I would say sooner or later the esports team management will move on to a more professional management like a sport team, because the fan base getting strong, getting bigger, and then now more mainstream media start to focus on esport, and then the esport have a lot big community behind it. So the esport team still growing to become like a sport team. So for Malaysia, I think we are still growing. But if you want to really compare how the esport team compared to the sport team, you can see the China team. They even have the transfer fees, contract. Some of the players worth million. So their salary is 20,000, 30,000 per month. And even their tier 2 team transfer also cost them few 100,000. Just to transfer players. That's what that's the direction of esports team. Just in South Asia, Malaysia, we are still lagging behind. So like Malaysia, if you want to acquire the team, the player just go with no such contracts.
If you see a management team in Malaysia, mostly it's just one man show or two man show, not not handled by company. So we are looking at more professional team to be recruited by a big company, and then have a proper management team. Even the management have a proper salary, proper record, registered company, everything, a good merchandise, marketing. So which is very lack in Malaysia. You see like a team like Navi, Fanatic, they have their own deals, they have their own marketing team, they have their editors, they have their camera photographer, everything. So the amount of staff needed actually more than because one team we have 5 players. So for professional management team, the management team is more than 5 staff. But now it's like the manager is a friend of the players. That's all. Most of the team in Malaysia, I think only 2 or 3 teams in Malaysia that have a okay management that trying to grow into to be a good management.
Most of Malaysian team, they actually quite good. Just they don't have someone to coach them. Because if you see the China team or all the European team, they have a coach. So in Malaysia, most of the team they just play, and they play with 5 players and then they coach themselves or something like that. So other than that, Malaysia players, they don't know how to control tempo on the game. So they just play to win the lane and then try to win the mid game and then the game. But for the top teams, that's not issue for them. The issue is how to control tempo, how to win the tempo, how to get your item first before your opponent get it. Which hero should get the item first. So this one will separate the top team and the other team. So they know what to do, and then they know how to make change when they are behind. That's what separate them up. So let's say they want to win early game but they lose the early game, then how to come back, how to change your strategy. So most of the Malaysian team, if they start to their strategy is not working, then it's already lose. Except for Fanatic they already improved themselves. They know how to control tempo already. That's why you can see Fanatic, they keep doing well as a top team.
My advice is they should start to focus on MMR first. Although people say MMR is nothing, but MMR is essentially where you polish your skills. So most of the teams now they're looking for the high rank MMR players. Just because they know even the high rank MMR players also maybe not a good player as a team, but actually they have the basic skills that the team needs. So you see a lot of good young players are coming from the MMR, like Miguel, Miracle, Villa, or from whatever. So that's my first advice is don't go for the MMR first, and then use the rank to get you a good team. Unless very hard to find team if you say your rank is like 5k or 6k, and then the teams also they don't know you. They like how Fanatic know me that? It's just because of his rank, then they want to try out. So to get the try out, you need to start playing MMR, because MMR teach you how to carry the whole team, how to win the team, how to win the games no matter what you do in the games. So, but once you join the team, you need to separate the MMR attitude and the team works. Usually most of the MMR players they cannot change that, so that's why they cannot play in the team. So the MMR player that can do that, they will be successful. What I want to see is we want the local scene to be sustainable on itself. We have good league, a pro team that can sustain themselves. That means they can make profit. They can support the team, the players really. And then of course we want more viewers lah. So the problem with I would say now the players, the top team players are famous. Let's say you do a local tournament, you will hardly get people to come and see the tournament because our local scene is still taking behind in terms of popularity. We have big community in Malaysia. We have millions of players, but when our team play, the local team play, they are not watching the team because nothing interests them. I'm hoping our scene we have more pro league, more mainstream coverage, TVs, focus on the players to make them more popular. So once they're popular, any tournament you do also, no matter who organizes the tournament will have a lot of people. So that's the problem with sponsorship because the fan base is not big. And then when the fan base is not big, you do event also, you want to get sponsorship for the event also. Sponsors are reluctant to sponsor because how many people you can bring better to sponsor other things. So that's why we need the scene to be more sustainable.